Whoa, so I just got off the phone with somebody. Crazy potential opportunity. I messaged somebody from a restaurant, and I called him and we spoke, and he was like, "Hey, I'd be interested in getting you into this restaurant weekly, several times a week for like a really like probably more than I've." The number he mentioned was more than I've ever made at like these restaurant gigs. He's like, "Now this is the part that I'm a little hesitant about." He's like, "I would love to have you Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday of every week." Now, that's a lot of money, like a lot of money, but that's also a huge commitment. So, but then he was like, "I'm open to you potentially, like if you have other musician friends that could want to, like if you want to run this thing kind of thing," which I'm also still a little hesitant. I want to hear more details, but like even if I play twice a week, like Wednesday and Friday nights, like that's a lot of money extra every week. Like I'm talking a lot of money. I don't know, God always provides, so I'm just asking for his wisdom on what to do and how to handle it and where to take things, but this is pretty exciting. All right, let's start up our interview with Anthony Tucci. Wow. Okay. What a day, man. Oh my goodness. Just wrapped up a phenomenal interview. And then on top of that, I was asked by the restaurant owner if I can meet them today, potentially to have me start performing tomorrow for them. And again, like this is tremendous opportunity to make money. It's also tremendous, like that's tremendous consistency in me even just like getting practice. Like imagine playing 3 times a week, 3 hours a night. Like it's 9 hours a week of performance. Like how much better will I be as a performer? Comfortable in my shoes as a performer, and being, every time you perform, and I'm not sure I'm going to say yes to it yet, but I'm just commenting in general. Every time you perform, there's opportunity for things to go awry, whether you like plugs break, issues with the crowd, or 1,000 things can go wrong. And like you learning how to handle those things is what makes you a professional artist, because you learn how to handle them in a professional way, and then that would be that much more comfortable, right? Granted, think about this. If I take this gig and I do 3 times a week, I'm more likely leaning towards trying to see if we could do 2, because 3 is a lot, man. But we'll see. If I say, let's just start with 3, it's about 10 weeks until the performance. That's 30 gigs. That's 90 hours of performing. Granted, you take like a 20-minute break, but about 90 hours of performance just alone in those gigs. Now add on, anything I play at church, anytime I'm practicing on my own for this performance in October, anytime I'm with the band practicing for October, like that's a lot of rehearsal and live performance. It's good, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas out there, but it would definitely, I think the biggest thing it would affect was like, I don't know. Maybe me and Jamie time, 1, and 2, maybe social time with friends. But like, how often am I really hanging out on a Saturday night with friends? I don't know. Is it really going to affect it that much? Now, maybe me and Jamie, but then we could also just adjust accordingly. Like, instead of us hanging out at night, maybe I take off the morning or something. We hang. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there. All that to say, I'm now driving spontaneously an hour out east to have this conversation. Hopefully it's worth it, and we'll see what happens. One thing that I could say is that if I did take this gig, I would definitely have to figure out traveling out here. I left in rush hour traffic, which is when I would have to leave if I were to play these gigs, and it's pretty bumper to bumper and an hour drive there. I mean, for me, that's far. I mean, granted, Jamie drives 45 minutes every day that she goes to work, but like that's a long time, an hour, and in bumper to bumper. I would want to check it like in not bumper to bumper. Maybe I would consider like finding like, I don't know, a coffee shop and like planning accordingly to leave at like 4 o'clock or even 3 o'clock to get out there by 3:45 or 4:45, depending on when I'm leaving, and then being out there for an hour or 2 before the gig, depending on what time the gig is. Granted, if the gig's at 6 o'clock, if I left at, I would have to leave at like 4:30 in order to get there by 5:30 to set up. But maybe I'll leave at like 3:30 and then, have an hour where I just sit and edit a video or something like that. I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas out there, but something I definitely need to consider if I take that is it's far and there's a lot of traffic at this time. Look at this, it's actually on a golf club course. Look at this fancy place. Hey man, if I get tips, I feel like it'll be good tips. Although I don't know if I would even get tips at a place like this. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Oh wow, these people actually live in this golf course area. This is crazy. Wow, on this golf course. Very nice. Where are we looking? Wow. Okay. Honestly, that was probably one of the most interesting uses of time. Drove over an hour to get here in very much rush hour traffic for what I'm not joking was maybe a 30-second conversation that I really don't know why we couldn't have on the phone. I don't know if he wanted to meet me, see what I look like, but I mean, to some degree, like, the internet's a thing. You can see what I look like online. We can have a phone call. I don't know. I really don't. But it was pretty much like, it shook my hand, said, and then, and then this is the best part. And then it was like, part of the reason he wanted me to meet me today, I said, I preferably I could come tomorrow because I mean, I had appointments all day today, going to something else after this. So like, I said that, I was like, preferably I could meet you tomorrow, but if you really need today, I can come today. He's like, well, I'd like to have you for today so that in case I want you to play for tomorrow, we could work something out. I was like, okay. So I head out there, and then he gets there and he says, yeah, so I'm likely want to wait until my liquor license is approved because that's the best, like, that would make sense. And honestly, that makes sense. He's like, but that'll be a couple of weeks. But what I want to do is I want to like hear you play and stuff. So I want you to play at my other restaurant for a night. And if you're the right vibe, then we'll, we could take talks a little further. But still, I don't know why this conversation couldn't have been in person, on the phone instead of in person. Because it was an hour and 5 minutes out there, 30 seconds there, 45 minutes home. I'm hungry too, man. Ay. Who knows? Whatever. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. What can we learn from this? I'll let you know.